mostly used to keep or hide the implementation details, to show only important details to the external thing, like not external thing, I'd say, like for further detailing, not showing in detail. So that's why we use abstraction.
Okay. So similar kind of features we can also implement through interface. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Okay. So can you tell me the difference, like in which scenario we have to consider for
Yeah.
abstract and interface?
Yes. When I say abstract, abstract classes, as I mentioned, can have both abstract methods and non-abstract methods as well. So when I say abstract methods, there we are just defining an implementation is not done. And when I say non-abstract methods, we can have method definition within that. But when I come to interfaces, interfaces is a pure abstract. Here, in interfaces, we can't have non-abstract methods. So it's a complete hiding mechanism. What we want to achieve, that we can achieve it abstract. The similarity between abstract class and interface, if I say, for both we can't create object for them, so it needs to be extended. And the benefit over using interface over abstract class is, like, if we have a child class which is already extending some classes, in that case we can have interface where it with through which we can implement multiple inheritance. But with abstract class it is not achievable, so in that case we can go with interfaces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, do you know about Metaspace?
Metaspace.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm not aware,
Okay.
but like not yes.
It's a internal JDK part.
Mm, mm, I mean, I never come to this word metaspace,
Okay.
but
Have you heard about memory management in Java?
yeah, memory management, yes.
Okay. So Metaspace is part of or belong to that group only.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Maybe I have to further deep dive.
No worry. Okay. Can you relate how functional interface going to use or lambda expression? What is the relation between both word? Can you define it?
Yeah. For functional interface, sorry. So for functional interface, I will revisit. But when I say lambda expression, there we, for example, I have to put a conditional comparison. In that case, I don't need to like uh, detailedly implement a block of code with the lambda expression. If I want to check some conditions or to compare anything in a single parenthesis, I can go with the lambda expression. So simply, it is for conditional and comparison. Like, I can go with the lambda expression. For example, I want to compare two variables, like where the, like, for example, I have a two integer variables and I want to compare which is greater. So in that case, rather than having in detail, like, if else statement, I can use a lambda expression which in a single line I can compare and get a result.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you worked on Spring Boot or microservices?
Yes, yes, I do. I worked with Spring Boot.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me the difference between REST controller and normal controller annotation?
Yes. REST controller is more specifically used with the APIs, if we have the REST APIs. And for controller, definition wise, I have to check on that.
Okay.
But yes, for if we have the APIs dedicated to like REST APIs, then in that case I can use the REST controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know at the rate Spring Boot annotation how it works internally?
Yes. When any application started, compiler first checks with the file which have at the rate Spring notation or at the rate Spring Boot notation.
Mm-hmm.
When the application started, compiler will like if we our program have the at the rate Spring or at the rate Spring Boot like annotation, then the required dependencies or if it is related to the object management creation, so that will be done automatically. So and if we don't have this annotation in our projects, then manual intervention which will be required in that case. So first this application file is executed, and within that the file which we have that these annotations, and within that we do provide a main class path which holds the like all the classes and all the classes in our project. So that file will be executed, which is main file, main Java file which we do have. So like this is how the flow of execution goes when application started mainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you used logging in your application?
Logging, no.
Do you have any idea like how we use logging in our application?
uh, no, I don't know, like as of now.
Okay. Any idea about what is logging?
uh, Logging, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. So when I say logging, like log method is what I did used, like if I want to debug, if something is I like I'm not getting what I'm expecting. So
Mm-hmm.
in that case I did use the console logs. So like is it similar to what you are asking?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so yes, then in that case, yes, I did use the console log in case like if I want to debug, like if I'm not getting a expected response at the expected response of the API. So in that case, yes, I did
Mostly we
use.
use it for tracing our code.
Right, right, yes,
Okay.
yeah, I do use that.
Okay.
And
So
I was, I thought some other mechanism is there, like with the term
no, no,
logging.
no, no.
Okay.
Okay. So any idea about how we configure log in our application?
Log in our application.
Yeah.
So like in the projects which I have delivered,
Mm-hmm.
so if here we use a forge log like the federation login. So
Mm-hmm.
when we do have some like in-house tools where we use like some basic template is created where the user is authorized with the like we do have some like classes like authenticate the user which is logged in. And even we do have this LDAP management where the user's permission is checked based on the user logged in, like the logged in user, along with whether the user is within the LDAP groups, like which for example like we identify users like based on the LDAP account. For example, we have created the roles at the backend. For example, the user belongs to this group only. Like this user will be given admin permissions, or like just read only users, or some like limitations like only these many pages the user can access. So using some built-in classes like authorization which I mentioned, and even the LDAP group management, uh, this is how we do manage the login of users.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm giving you one program. Can you write it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have shared it in chat somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sharing it.
Okay. And all the combinations of given string, for example, please.
Are you getting the question? What exactly we need to do?
Yes, I got
Do
it.
you want me to explain?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So I'm just checking, like, we are not allowing for duplicates. So for like, do I have to write a proper executable code or pseudocode is fine?
You can define only the logic part, but
Okay.
not necessary
Uh,
to complete all. But please use inbuilt integrated IDE.
okay. Yes. String related.
You can select the language over there.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I selected this.
Can you please share your screen?
Okay.
It's
Just.
mandatory.
Yes. I hope the screen is visible, right?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Have you also worked on Kafka?
Yes, for like in very early stage of my journey, I did use for one of the project.
Okay, great.
So for suppose I do have this string stored over here, I can use for loop over here. And Yes, initially I thought to go with carrot function, but I like as I see the problem statement, it requires all three characters from the string. So I was just thinking on it how I can do.
Okay, you can try with first try to convert it in character.
Okay,
To for that you can use char array.
okay. Mm, okay. I will just define one array of length three. Yeah, and then we'll assign the values. Yes, yes. Switch. I'm doing it. I was thinking to go with the matrix approach, but
Okay. Have you also worked with Agile?
agile method. Yes, like we do follow the agile in like daily deliverables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Can you
for
tell me what are the activities you followed there?
yes, the daily call which we call as daily stand-up call.
Mm-hmm.
This is one which is very short call of 15 minutes, 15 minutes or max to max if it crosses like for a half hour. So there we do provide like details like what is done yesterday and what we are planning to do today, and if we have like weekly win that we share in the DSC call, and then we do have a grooming calls and even the refinement calls. In a grooming call we do like identify what new stories or new projects can be taken up and further like for next sprint, and like in a refinement session we do detail like refine in detail what tech stack will be used or how will be it is like it will be completed, and if we have any dependencies or what like those details are done, like even the detailed discussion with the in any refinement from the product producers, like they do refine like in
Mm-hmm.
detail discussion on the stories done.
Mm-hmm.
And also there is one more scrum ceremony, uh, like uh, retrospective. Yes, like if we have any points like what went well, what needs to be approved and what needs to be stopped, like things we do discuss in a retrospective calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, do you know how can we make our microservices scalable?
Scalable. Scalable, when I say like if I have a project and if I want to it to be scalable, like if in a technical way if I say, in that case I can follow the principles which are defined by any text text. For example, in case of Java, if I want to make my project scalable, I would go make my like most of the project with by following the principles like the single repository which can be used in other projects as well. We do that. For example, like we do have automation where some authentication is required for users to run few jobs. That is when I say jobs, like it is more about the CI/CD jobs. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I have a one like one file of a code where we do authenticate the user whether that user is eligible or like is allowed to run particular job. So for that we have some authentication mechanism, and that simple authentication mechanism is used across multiple projects. So this is how I can make simple one file or one code scalable across multiple projects.
Okay.
So yeah, like following the principles like abstractions, even abstraction also helps for scalability. So these are by following the principles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know about horizontal scaling and vertical scaling?
No, I have to read about it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No problem, Sneha. I think that's well enough from my end. Do you have any question?
Yeah, yes, I would like to take feedback from you for me. So, like, could you please give feedback for me? Like, what needs?
Listen, actually, directly we can't give you feedback here. But being a developer, what I can suggest you, just be more focus on your coding stops. That is
Okay.
very important.
Yes, yes.
Rather than knowing the things, absolutely we should understand what is happening in internally
Right.
in that perspective, Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Anything
got it.
else?
Yeah, that's it from me.
Yeah. Have a great day. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Have a great day.
So guys, ये थे कैंडिडेट तो जिनका इंटरव्यू अभी मैंने लिया, और इन्हें मुझे अब रेटिंग देने हैं इन सारे फील्ड्स में। ओके, सो बने रहिए। नेक्स्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, नेक्स्ट कैंडिडेट और भी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टॉप्स के लिए। टिल देन, थैंक यू, हैव अ ग्रेट लर्निंग।